they'll be calling you a radical. The legacy of Chuck White as president of Weber State, the most corrupt university, what a corrupt president. His crowning jewel is he's gone now, beating his drums, took the money. Corruption, this is the most corrupt place in the world. I stood right there and did all this incredible historic work, saved their MBA program. Let's talk about his crowning jewel, under police investigation. Climate change denier, not my words, Deseret News. Greatest corporate welfare manipulator per acre of land in the history of the country. Not my words, Ogden Standard Examiner's words. Let me show you this. This is his crowning jewel. Presidential Award, awarded by President Wright. Not an alumni, not alumnus here, never went, has no college degree from no more. State representative. Dairy farmer who drained off the Great Marsh behind. Under police investigation, under MBA affidavits for stealing tens of millions of dollars. One of the greatest polluters, environmental poisoners in the history of the country. Oh, it gets better. And if you don't believe me, this is it. How about right there, the Wada School of Business. Chinese professor. Under his tenure, they go from top, well, they were already spiraling when he took over, but to one of the lowest scoring exit testing business schools in the history of the country, MBA and undergraduate. Professor is still there. Chinese, they recruit like a basketball team. I forbid my students, I forbid any state representative to go see the Dalai Lama. Under President Wright. Oh, it gets better. Football program. Woman gets caught taking tests for a football program that never won a game. I think they won 3 games in 6 years. Of course, they're better now. It's turned around. Jay Hill, his wife's a leukemia survivor, taking tests for athletes. And say they're going to give them the death sentence. Parking, selling more parking permits than they have. From the rumor is she was trading sex for grades. No charges, no nothing. This is his crowning jewel. Crowning jewel. So I spoke to him. He's a chemist. I just talk to him all the time. What about Fukushima? What about Fukushima? Now remember, this is the university that built the reaction. He's a chemist. I say, PU, Chuck, what about freaking... yeah. Most corrupt university in history. Branded themselves in history forever. State representative. Weber County Commissioner under police investigation for stealing hundreds of millions of dollars. Deseret News, biggest climate change denier right behind my house. I grew up next to this criminal. Drained off the freaking marsh illegally. Stole tens of millions, manipulated government thing. Hardcore, tried to... He scored TV and say get rid of the 12th Amendment, 13th Amendment. Multiple females inside Weber County have accused him of all kinds of sexual charges. By the way, the Weber County attorney, I went to college with him, Chris Allred. His dad was a professor here. I wonder what his father's got to say about this whole dog and pony show. No ties to the university. Presidential award. Thank you, Chuck. Just talk their community. Well, we didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? Oh, we awarded it. Ain't cutting it with me. Well, I stand here, do all this, save their MBA program. What do they do to me? Don't pay to strip my degrees. University of, because my anti-nuclear won't pay for my fucking cancer treatment. Kyle Madsen, Mike Vaughn, these guys made promises to me. All of them. When Clyde Cooley died, I saved their program, and that's what they do. This is who they are. Don't see the Dalai Lama. Taking tests for sex for football players when they were winning 1 game a year. Presidential award. Under police investigation for student. Climate change denier, Deseret News. Per acre, the biggest welfare manipulators of the dairy subsidy in the history of the country. Not my words, Standard Examiner's words. Chuck White. That's his legacy. Worst president in the history of this university by 1,000 times. Nobody wants to report it? I'll report it. Sells more parking permits than they have. They have a guy named Payne. On Tuesday, they go down there. They default judgment students left and right. Scores plummet on the university. Their scores are plummeting. the legacy. Something rotten in the New Denmark. How do I know this? They mailed it to me in the mail because I'm an alumnus. Stand.